Upton, Sinclair. I'm Christian Walker.
I'm Styles Parker.
And I'm Jennifer Cordero. Warning: the following images may be graphic and disturbing to some viewers.
Upton Sinclair was born in Baltimore, Maryland to his father, whom he was named after, and Priscilla Hardin. His father was an alcoholic while his mother was strong-willed, and they lived in cheap apartments in poverty. He lived in New York from the age of 10 and graduated from the University of New York at the age of 18, which is why he is one of the best educated writers of this era. He married Meta Fuller at 21 and had his son David the next year. In 1901, Sinclair was sent to Chicago to write about the situation of meatpacking workers. This led to his most famous book, The Jungle, which helped create the country's first pure food and drug laws.
And now it's time for an interview with Mr. Upton Sinclair and one of the workers at the meat factory.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here today with Mr. Upton Sinclair, interviewing him on his new book called The Jungle. Mr. Sinclair, what encouraged you to write this book, and what encouraged you to visit the meat factories?
Well, I've been hearing some strange rumors about illnesses coming from people who ate a certain product, and I decided to go to investigate the source of where these illnesses might be coming from.
So, Mr. Sinclair, what did you discover in these factories?
I just learned of the horrid conditions of the storage facilities, the main factories, and they were just giant rats just openly stealing meat from just the main line and without a care in the world towards the workers.
Mr. Sinclair, what was the main takeaway from the book?
I wanted the readers to get the sense of agony the workers have to go through and understand the decisions they have to make just to make a living with their salary, and just the overall dangerous and stressful work environment they have to go through.
Okay, so this concludes our interview with Mr. Sinclair. Next up, we will be interviewing an actual worker that accompanied him at the meat factory during his tour. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we have one of the workers in the meat factories where Upton Sinclair went to visit. His name is Styles Parker. So, Mr. Parker, did you think the conditions were normal in the factory before Mr. Upton Sinclair came?
I mean, yeah, I thought they were pretty normal. I thought that we were doing our jobs, that nothing was wrong. But when Mr. Sinclair came, he told us that, no, this is very unsanitary. The hogs are already meant to be killed before they get there. And you're not supposed to mix the new meat with old meat. And I didn't know that. So I'm very grateful for Mr. Sinclair for showing all of us workers what we're doing wrong.
So, Mr. Parker, what were your thoughts on the process of the hogs being killed?
I mean, when I first started working there, it was kind of traumatizing, just seeing them alive at first and then just killed off and processed. They just scarred me, really.
Okay, so was it scary to see them hanging around?
I mean, yeah, it would freak me out sometimes, but after a while I got used to it because, it's my job. I have to kill them and process the meat, I have to be able to do that without any emotions interfering.
Okay, so did you think that the work pay was fair?
Honestly, I don't know because I don't know how much anybody else gets paid. So I can't tell you.
The muckrakers, including Upton Sinclair, have changed the future in which we live in today. After Sinclair published his book, he sold over 1 million copies and translated his book into 12 different languages. In 1906, President Theodore Roosevelt passed 2 laws in regards to the food and drug industry. This was to help keep us sanitary and more safe. The FDA, which is still continued today, is helping administrate food and processed meat to help us be more sanitized. Many meat industry owners were raged at the fact that Upton Sinclair had exposed what it was like working at a meat factory behind closed doors. But thanks to Upton Sinclair and his contribution to the progressive era, we now have a healthier and safer way of eating processed meat. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed it.